Welcome back, everybody. Doing NFL Week 6 Roundup. If you are into this content, be sure to give me a like. It helps the algorithm. If you're here for the first time, be sure to subscribe for more content. I'm producing 2 videos a week. Let's get into it. We got NFL Week 6 Roundup. First of all, I'd like to touch on the Joe Burrow, aka Kevin from Home Alone spectacle in Cincinnati. Poor guy's thrown 0 touchdown passes in the past 2 weeks, and the guy's lost to old man Philip Rivers, aka Daniel Stern from that same 1990s classic Home Alone. My gosh, poor Cincinnati Bengals. They were better off with Andy the Red Giant Dalton. I'm kidding. Joe Burrow, best of luck. I really hope you can turn that franchise around because as of right now, they are seeming to be a dumpster fire. Speaking of dumpster fire, let's get to the New York Jets who lost to the Miami Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa was caught at the end of the game in the middle of the field, sitting down, reminiscing the moment, soaking it in. In reality, he was FaceTiming his family because, as of a year ago, almost to the day, he was told that he probably wouldn't be able to play football again and has since proven the doubters wrong. So go Tua. I am rooting for Tua Tagovailoa. I think he's awesome. I think he is going to bring the Miami Dolphins to a couple wins, especially given the way the New England Patriots can't seem to find their footing. Bill Belichick is arguably the best coach of all time. And he can't quite figure it out with Cam Newton, unfortunately. So as of right now, they are stinking it up. They lost to the Denver Broncos. What a shame. Aaron Rodgers getting his little dingleberry sucked like he's the simp army leader on OnlyFans. Where the fuck was Joe Buck on that one? That was a little bit more disgusting when Randy Moss decided to moon the crowd.
Randy Moss, without even really being able to run as he shoots the moon to the fans here in Green Bay.
That is a disgusting act by Randy Moss.
Aaron Rodgers is the clown of the week. I'm not sensing a double standard here. Joe Buck just sucks, and I'm going to leave it at that. Aaron Rodgers decided to celebrate like Key and Peele after going up 10-0 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and then having the Bucs score 38 unanswered on them. So how's that for karma there, prick? King Henry with over 200 yards on the ground and over 50 yards in the air and 2 touchdowns to lead the Tennessee Titans over the Houston Texans. Not a surprise. What was a surprise, however, was the Houston Texans battling as hard as they did. In all honesty, I thought the Houston Texans actually might steal that one from them. However, they lost in overtime because of a coin toss. Damn coin toss. I feel like that rule should be changed. Both teams should get a shot at the end zone, whether you score or not on the first drive. Let the other team at least get a chance to score. Moving on, the Falcons didn't blow a fourth quarter lead and ended up winning a game for once. And good for the Falcons, I guess. Nice to see that they got a win after Dan Quinn bounced. Carson Wentz was 2 drop passes away from beating the seemingly unbeatable Baltimore Ravens, but don't tell Kansas City that because they beat the Baltimore Ravens. And the Baltimore Ravens want to think that they're the top dog, but in reality, they're not the top dog. The Cleveland Browns, as good as they've looked through 5 weeks, got absolutely bounced by the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's a reality check there. The Cowgirls leader, Andy Dalton, couldn't muster up more than 10 points against the sad, lonely Arizona Cardinals. I'm kidding, that division is stacked. The Arizona Cardinals are the real deal. Kyler Murray is the real deal. DeAndre Hopkins with Kyler Murray is the real deal. And they are probably the second best team in the division. No offense to the 49ers who beat Los Angeles Rams, and deservingly so. That division is just so stacked. All 4 of those teams could probably make a playoff spot, but only 2 will. The Seattle Seahawks are probably going to take the division, and in doing so, they're probably going to take that division title to a Super Bowl run. Go Seahawks. Go Russ. Russ is still on pace to break Peyton Manning's record of 55 touchdown passes in a single year. Go Russ. We love Russ. We love the Seahawks. Which leads me to my power rankings. At number 5, we have the Baltimore Ravens.
What?
Because they were pushed very hard by the lonely Philadelphia Eagles, who are going to win that division because the division is an absolute dumpster fire. The Philadelphia Eagles are going to win that division because the Dallas Cowgirls have 15 starters on the IR. Baltimore barely won that game. Carson Wentz was 2 drop passes away from winning that game. If they didn't have receivers off the streets at this point, they probably would have won that game, proving that the Baltimore Ravens even further are beatable. At number 4, we have the Kansas City Chiefs coming off that fantastic win against the Buffalo Bills. They lost to a divisional opponent, being the Los Angeles Raiders, and for that, I'm going to dock them a little bit of points. Their offense doesn't seem to be clicking on all cylinders like it was last year. However, they are still the reigning champs and deserve to be in the top 5. At number 3, we have the Tennessee Titans. They are bulldozing their way through Derrick Henry. all the way to potentially a Super Bowl appearance. We'll see what happens. King Derrick Henry, should be in the conversation for MVP, not Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill is a great game manager, and yes, he went 8 for 8 in the red zone, but that offense runs through King Derrick Henry and will continue to run through King Derrick Henry for the foreseeable future. At number 2, we have the team that didn't play this week, the Seattle Seahawks. They are clicking on all cylinders. The only reason they're at number 2 is because their secondary seems a little bit suspect, and they're playing poor teams very closely. At number 1, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, who seem to have one of the best defenses in the entire game and one of the best offenses in the entire game. Once you add the two together, you got the recipe for the best team in the league. The Pittsburgh Steelers, God, I hate them. Not as much as the Cowgirls, not as much as the Patriots, but not a fan of the Steelers. However, unbiased, they are the number 1 team in the NFL, in my opinion. If you disagree, be sure to leave a comment who your top 5 are. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I love you so much and can't wait till next time.